unlike other programs, and is it a tangible difference between what you would see not only at the place you work, but most of the people you see on the field?
I think what you see is you see big speed. You know, I think that's the one thing as you run an opportunity to coach the SEC, opportunity to coach the Pac-12, and the elite programs don't just have speed; they have big speed. And in a place like Ohio State, we have big speed backed up by big speed, and that's the main thing that you see and feel when you're at practice. These guys put the pads on, they look right and they can fly around a little bit. So it's a fun group to watch on film.
What does that do for you as a coach as you're trying to scheme? I mean, do you feel like you have more options? I mean, how does that impact you?
Well, I think you can always default to it's a get out of jail free card because the kid will go make a play regardless of call. But then there's an element to that to all sports, and ours in particular. If a guy can throw off, make a tackle, he can find a way to make a bad play good for him, or make a 5-yard gain that stay a 5-yard gain, or one that would otherwise break for 20 that we're tackling for 10. So it gives you some tools in the toolbox without question, as long as you're sound and putting them in the right position to be successful.
And what are your impressions of Isaiah?
Well, I think he's a worker. I think he has, I talked about big speed. He's long. He can run. He certainly has a good knowledge base of the defense. That's noticeable. Like a lot of the young guys, I think the next step for him is to kind of cut it loose, and have the confidence that he knows it. Sometimes with young guys, they maybe know it better than they think they do. They're so used to, being a step behind mentally that it affects them physically. And one of the transitions they have to make is not just to know it in the meeting room, but have confidence that you know it when the pads come on, you're happening fast. Believe me, there's a lot of stuff going on from both the receiver standpoint and prior to that from a call standpoint. I feel very confident in his ability to master the defense mentally. We got to cut it loose physically. Extremely strong. He's one of the strongest guys in our room, and probably from a weight room standpoint, kind of closer to maybe some of the big skill as opposed to a skill kid. And also has the ability to run. So there's a lot of positives when you mention Isaiah Pryor, and he's in the position to compete for a spot. There's not a lot settled in the safety spot in terms of guys with significant game experience, and so he's one of those guys competing every day for an opportunity to play on Saturdays.
Alex, the assumption was that it would be Isaiah and Jordan would have that lead. Are you kind of intimated this here? Is it wide open across the board? Is Jordan one guy you look for another alongside him, or how does that work for you this spring?
I mean, I think we look, both myself, Toshiano, defensive staff, we look at Jordan as being an established starter in this program. And so what that means is he's got to compete to maintain that. And our ultimate goal is to put the best 2 guys out there, whether it's to the field spot or the boundary spot. And then beyond that, it's a wide open race. And all those guys, we like to shuffle the deck. I think it's okay to, day one, and Isaiah's getting a lot of work with the runs, or with the ones, and he's got to make sure he takes advantage of those reps. And the message to him is, if you want to stay there, you got to perform at a certain level. It's a privilege to be a winner. You earn that. And we're rotating other guys through. Johnson Wentz, another young player in the program that has some physical tools and speed tools that has a chance to compete there. And Amir Reap, and we're talking about Brendan White as well. So all those guys, the message to them is compete to get in the depth, and then ultimately compete to be a one.
What have you seen out of some of the